I can say good afternoon, Gossip Talk Shows family. It's Namsa here at Gossip Talk Shows. Find your own voice, lead from within. So I'm on my own today, guys, and I'm doing it's my last day of 30-day challenge. Yesterday, I wasn't able to be live. Come on live because I've been really, really busy. I've been really, really busy. My children were performing on Friday. I was Saturday and Sunday I went to church, and then I went to go and see my father-in-law in the hospital, so I came back late. So I just thought, let me just do a challenge, my 29-day, let me shut the door, my 29 and 30-day challenge. So today is my last day. It's all what I've been doing for the past 30 days. It's a bit emotional for me because it's been a very, very emotional time. See, some of you who have done the challenge, like confidence challenge, you know that doing confidence challenge is not easy. It's not easy because you confront your own feelings, you confront your own weaknesses, you confront the life, anything in your life that is not working well, confront it, and you basically have to, and also in order for you to get to where you need to be honest with yourself as well. So that's what I've been doing for these past 30 days. And today is the last day. It's been amazing. It's been challenging. It's been there's been so many things that have been going on. But I'm okay with it. So today is my last day. But is it going to be my last day? No, I'll keep challenging myself. So when I began this journey, I was asked to actually send three videos to three people that I wanted to really build a strong relationship with. So I chose my mom, I chose one of the speakers in America, and I chose one of the guys in the United Kingdom. And also I had to do something that I have never done before, which is a ritual, which is either do an activity or go and visit a different city, a city where you've never been, and then you challenge yourself for finding your way through that city and doing things that you love, your everyday life. So, and then the other thing was to do a ritual. And do something like have a ritual that you can do like every morning or do every day, really, really connect to it, and just really, really do what you want to do so you can get to where you need to go. So for me, that party, I chose to connect with God. I've realized that all my life I get told I'm a Christian, I get told I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to manifest, I need to pray for finances, I need to pray everything for good health, I need to do this. So what I thought was, the more I pray, the more the problems comes into my life. So I've decided, you know what, I'm doing maybe, and when listening to other pastors as well, talking about powerlessness, how when you don't have power, how it can affect your life. So I've decided, okay, I'm going to ask for this power of God that I don't have in my life, that I can have. So what I've done is I've decided to use Dr. Olukoya's prayer on YouTube and his guidance regarding asking for power. And so it's called Raw Power of God Fall Upon Me. So I've decided to do that prayer. I decided to connect and fast at the same time. So I pray and I connect with God. And at the same time, I've decided to go into my foundation. The day I was born, 1978. Each day, I've decided to cut every negative words that were spoken. Either those negative words were spoken by my parents against each other, and that is affecting me, or they were spoken about anybody or a family member, anyone. So I've decided to do that, to go in, and each day I am 44 at the moment. And so I'm on, I think I'm on 2 years or three, I'm on 3 years actually, maybe 3 years and a few months. So that's when I'm at the time when I was 3 years old. So I'm going each day and cutting every root, every voice that was spoken, every negative voice that was spoken against me, that is affecting my finances, that is affecting my business, that is affecting my career, that is affecting my life, affecting my marriage. So I am doing that to build my confidence. And I have sent the video to 3 people. I'm having that relationship with these 3 people. One of them is my mom. So with that relationship with my mom, I'm very, very close to my mom. Like I say, you guys, I'm sure you've been following me on my challenge that I'm really close to my mom. But when my stepdaddy died, I just felt like because he died and he was looking after my mom and everybody else, I thought I needed to maintain that lifestyle. So that took over. My relationship with my mom, it became about me taking responsibilities. Instead of me focusing, separating responsibilities and love. So everything became as one. So I have separated that now. I speak to my mom and every day, and we love each other because she's my mom. People call me baby, but I don't care. My mom is my mom. So we talk. We've always been very close. I've always been very close to my parents. My parents are everything to me with God, because these are the people that brought me on earth. These are the people that they had sex together, my mom and dad, and I was born. So I have to actually appreciate them, because I have to appreciate them. I have to have gratitude to God for bringing these 2 people in my life, and my mom. My mom is everything. My dad is everything. So to me, that's how life has been. Have they made mistakes? My dad, has he made mistakes? Yes, he has, by not staying with my mom. Has my mom made mistakes? Yes, by not staying with my dad. But I still love them. They are my parents. So that was what I had to actually change my relationship, because my relationship was coming from responsibilities, not love anymore. So now it's all about I love my mom, and I come in a place of love. Just before, I'll make sure that she's eaten, worrying about if she's eaten or she's okay. But now I don't worry anymore, because I know God is looking after her. She's not my responsibility. She's God's responsibilities. And for me, I have to come in a place of loving. And also, I need to stop. I have decided, the big thing that I have decided is I need to stop trying to be busy, trying to fix people's lives. Putting me first, putting me second to last. So those are other things that I have decided that I need to actually look after myself. Yes, I do look after myself. Yes, I do I did work on my confidence, but there were things that where I just look after people and look after me the last. So I have decided that I'm going to look after myself, put me first, not trying to think that I can fix everybody's life. If somebody's messed up, it's up to God to fix them, or even at work. The only thing I can do is, as a person, like I am the CEO of Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency. If I had somebody working and their life is not in the right place, the only thing that I can do is to open the doors for them to actually get better, for them to actually be there for their families. It could be somebody going through family stuff, but I have to know that I can't fix them. They can fix themselves. The only thing I can do is to send them home. If somebody is not well, or if they are not well, make sure that I look after them properly. I play my part. And when it comes to fixing people, people have to fix themselves. I always tell my children, my daughter did something a few weeks ago, and I said to her, I cannot blame, I'm not a parent that goes around there, I'm not gonna blame your friends. The only person that is you that has to take responsibilities for your life. You know your future. Friends can influence you to do things, but when it comes to decisions, you have to make a decision as a person. You are the driver of your life. So I believe in that I am the driver of my life. So I need to stop being busy. I've not been doing it, but I need to stop being busy. Sometimes I worry about my friends. Sometimes I worry about my family, but I need to stop worrying, because if they are, God will take good care of them. I need to pray for them without worrying. So those are the decisions that I have done since I've been going through my challenge. And also, I have some tools that I've been given as well after the challenge. I will talk about that later. Matthew gave me some tools to carry on and do what I need to do to actually make sure that I continue with my confidence, because confidence is everything. Whatever you do in life is everything. So, and also, so today, going through this challenge, I've been looking at my boundaries, why boundaries are important in my life. I've been looking at self-care, why is self-care important in my life. I've been looking at my life, like living a life with purpose, freedom, happiness without feeling guilty. Why is that important in my life? And I've been actually making confidence decisions. I've been getting comfortable in my own skin. I thought I did learn to get comfortable in my own skin, but I didn't go deep. I've been learning to enjoy more energy of my life. And I've been learning to go deep, confidently speak my own truth. And I've been working on be happy and feel appreciated in every relationship that I'm on, and actually that I'm in, and be happy. And be happy and be content with what I have. When I need to be happy and be content with what I have. I need to stop running for 5 years. I need to be in the present moment. When I create goals, it doesn't mean that I have to live in that 5 years. Sometimes some coaches, they actually say you need to chase that 5 years, and that you end up getting depressed, you end up getting anxiety, because you are no longer living in the present moment. You're chasing the 5 years. And the 5 years, that is going to be different than you imagine. So for me, I am not chasing that 5 years anymore. I have created my 5 years goals. I have created my 3 years goals. And what I'm doing right now is I am enjoying what's in front of me. What's in front of me, that's what I'm enjoying at this moment, knowing that my 5 years is going to come to me. So that's what I need to know. I need to live in the present moment. Not in the 5 years, not I'm chasing, you know what, I need to run. I've got to be out in 5 years' time. In 5 years' time, I've got to be worth 100 million. But I have to run for it. I can't do that anymore. So I can't do that. So those are the things that I've made a promise to myself that I need to enjoy every moment of my life. I need to dance my soul. Dance my soul. Dance my dance with life. Meaning that I need to see myself living every moment of my life. Set goals. Yes, I set goals. I need to be grateful for my life. People set goals and they die before they even enjoy it because of the stress creeping. That stress ends up being the cancer. The cancer end up being something else. So I have decided that I appreciate in 5 years' time, I would like to have my own island, to live in my own island in the middle of nowhere with my family. But I've decided that I am not gonna live in that island in my mind. I have already told God, this is my desire. So he will carry that burden for me. For now, I need to be free. So those are the things that I need to live my life with freedom. I need to create my future, design my own future, but I don't need to live in that future. Because when I'm being told, I've been following the coaches that are telling me that I need to live in that future. I need to see it. So I've decided that I don't want to see the future. God needs to see it through for me. I need to believe it, not to see it. I need to believe it that it has happened and leave it there. That's what I have learned. There are so many things when I created my business that I had the desire to do. But now when I was doing the challenge, they've came to me. I have not forgotten about them, but they came because those were my desires, those were my wish. So I'm gonna write down, I've decided to write down my 5 years vision, already written, my 3 years vision, already written, but I need to live in 2023. Living in 2023, it means I'm gonna enjoy my life. When I walk into the office, people are going to know that Nomsa's present is here. When I die, they're not going to miss my funeral because they'll be like, if she was here, what would she do? She would say, get up, stop crying, and come and dance on my grave and send me off. Or even if you're not there, my grave in spirit, I know you there. Just your soul, connecting my soul and your soul with God and just send me off. So that is the person that I have decided to be. It's not a small thing that I'm going to forget about it in this confidence challenge. I'm going to forget about it tomorrow, or I'm going to forget about it. There's a reason why I cannot forget this challenge. Big reason why. Because part of my ritual was to connect with God. And asking myself to connect with God. My life is very clear now, which I can never, ever forget. 2023 is very, very clear. Every problem that I have, every joy that I have is very, very clear. How I was able to be blessed, how God was able to bless me, how that problem was able to enter my life. So that's why I can never forget that 2023. So that's why I prefer to live in the 2023 so I can enjoy. The more I live in the 2023, the more I'm able to build my life to get to 5 years' time. So that's what I have decided to do as a human being, and stop worrying about problems. That's the advice from Mathew Hussey. Don't worry about problems. They are not just yours. Problems are for a human being. They belong to a human being. And that means that the problems are everywhere. They're not just mine. Of course, they are presented to me, but everybody's going through them. Rich, famous, everybody. Famous people, they go through sickness. They go through all this. So who am I to think that somebody else is living a better life than mine? That is me putting myself on judgment. So I am no longer putting myself on judgment. What I'm going to do instead, I'm going to know that these problems are for everybody. They are for a human being. They were designed for a human being to go through them. And therefore, I'm a human being as well. So that's why I go through these problems. So that's what I have decided to do. I decided to take Matthew's advice, and it makes sense to me that the problems are not just designed for us. And they're not just designed for me. They're designed for everybody. That's why I need to, his words, depersonalized your problems. So that's what he wants me to do, depersonalize them, not to give them a meaning, not to give them weight. I need to depersonalize them. So that is my choice, that I'm going to do this. I'm going to depersonalize my problems. And I'm going to live in the moment. I'm going to design my future years. In 5 years' time, where do I need to be? But in order for me to reach 5 years' time, I need to build to 2023. What do I desire for 2023? The target for the year. How much money do I need to earn within a year? If it's 100,000, if it's 200,000, if it's 500,000, if it's 1 million, let it be. I need to focus on that. If I fulfill my target, then I'm able to double that target to 10x target, like Uncle Grant Cardone says, 10x your income. So if I focus, you see what I mean? If I focus on this 2023, then I can 10x my income. So that's what I'm going to do. I can 10x my health. I can 10x everything in my life, my relationship. If I focus on today, I can be happy. I can share happiness with my friends. I can share happiness with my family on social media. I have a big family. On LinkedIn, I have 14,500 family. And this family have children that maybe that some of them have 2 children, some of them have 1. Can you imagine how big family that I have? So I need to show up. I need to show up and make my family, and I need to show up and just show my family how happy it is. What does it mean to be happy? On Facebook, I have about maybe 12,000 family there. YouTube, whatever you've put it together, I have loads of family. So if we put together, my family wants to see me happy, and then my family, my own family, they all want to see me happy. That's why I said, hey, Gossip Talk Show's family, because you guys are family. So I need to make sure that when I show up, I don't fake it. I need to make sure that when I show up, I don't fake my happiness. My happiness, it has to come within. I know what it means not being happy. I've been there 12 years ago. I was a woman who spent so much time getting ready. Made sure that when I stepped outside, I didn't step in the mud. But now my story is different. Why is it different? It's because I'm not perfect. It's because I have realized my weaknesses. That's why my story is written different now. It's not because Nomsa is better. It's because I've realized my brokenness. That's what it means. I've realized my brokenness, and I can't fix my brokenness, but I can enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride with this brokenness, how my life is becoming. I can embrace this beautiful girl that is becoming my self-discovery. I can enjoy that. So that's what I have decided to do. And also I have decided to enjoy the ride, designing my own life and becoming the person that I want to become, and speaking my own truth, and the content I've mentioned that, and be able to say no, and not feeling guilty about it. And also be ready to control my life and have peace in my life. And start my own journey of non-judgmental. If you ask people in this world, 99% of people, they put themselves on judgment, and I was one of them that will put my life on judgment. God puts people on judgment when they've sinned against him. Satan put people on judgment for glory. Satan's job is to kill, destroy, and steal. So that's why he put people in judgment, so he can control people's lives. But why human beings, why do we put ourselves on judgment? You know what? I don't think I am good enough. That is putting yourself on judgment. Hanging out with people that don't save you, that takes away your confidence. Hanging out with people that tell you that you are not good enough. Dating people that tell you that you are not good enough. We put ourselves on that judgment. We make excuse for them. You know, they are this because of this. So therefore, I'm going to continue dating them because I don't have a choice. You know what? I'm 50. Who's going to want a 50-year-old woman? What? Okay. There's everybody for everyone out there. Who is going to want a 60-year-old woman? There's everyone out for everyone out there. So we put ourselves on judgment. We level ourselves with our age. You know, I've had my children. I am 40. I'm 50. I'm 45 this year, but I don't want to go back to the age when I was 25. It's not very nice. That age, my life was like, it was so painful because I was finding myself, self-discovery, and so I don't want to be that age. So I'm embracing this age where I have figured my life out, where I have an encounter with Lucifer. My life has just been crazy and mad. It's been in a madness. Lucifer is a satanism, by the way, for those who say, what is Lucifer? It's a satanism. That's why people tell you that into cult. They forget to let you know that actually I'm a satanism in the second heaven. So they live in the second heaven. God is in the third heaven. The throne of grace is in the third heaven. So I have an encounter with satanism that tells me I'm gonna kill you, and I'm like, no, you are not gonna kill me. So my life, it can get crazy. It has been crazy. So I might as well just enjoy life, because I have just experienced so many things in life. So I have just decided, you know what? I just have to live my life. When I listen to people, sometimes they say God doesn't exist. And I'm like, if you're you, what are you? You wouldn't be saying that. Because, you know, the choices that we make in life, they define us, who we are and how we are able to move forward in life. When you have an understanding of how the world works, then you will know. But once you are there, you experience it. For me, I will never be around anybody that says God exists. It doesn't exist, because he does. If the occult people exist, that means there's another power that is good that exists. So I've been in that situation. So my life, it wouldn't get worse. It needs to get better. So that's the part where I told you guys from the beginning that I might tell you the story or might talk about it. I might talk about the story, but now I need to talk about God, something that saves God, that saves me, that gives me life, that gives my children life, that gives my friends life and my family life, which is God. And the journey that I've been taking through this challenge. And is the challenge has been amazing. And also I need to plan my future. That is the decision that I have had, that I need to plan my future. Designing my own life. Planning my future, it means I need to put everything in details. What I need to do in life with my life and creating boundaries. Knowing that the boundaries are very, very crucial when it comes to creating your own life. Some principles, I've already have principles in my life that I live by. So I need to make sure that I continue living in those principles, and I need to continue the boundaries, the type of boundaries are physically boundaries, emotionally boundaries that I've decided to do, the mentally boundaries, the spiritually boundaries, and those boundaries are very, very important to me. So creating my own space and maintaining a good health, and also making sure that I maintain my spiritual life, and also demonstrating self-care at the same time. Self-care is very, very crucial to actually understand what does it mean when you actually self-respect yourself, when you actually take good care of yourself. In order for me to actually be able to help my clients, I have to have respect for myself. In order for me to make sure that my clients are happy, I have to take good care of myself. In order for me to take good care of my family at home, I need to make sure that I take good care of myself. Without taking good care of myself, I'm not able to care for somebody else. So I have decided that I am going to take good care of myself and take good care of my children, take good care of my family, their fathers, and understand the benefits as well of self-care. So that's what I have decided to do. And in doing so, I am going to take good care of my health as well, foster respect, trust, open communication. When people have open communication, it makes life easier. I do that anyway, but I need to go deep. Emotionally, take good care of my emotional well-being. That means that I have to meditate. Of course, my meditation is different. I meditate in the Word of God. I fast to activate my inner spirit. Sometimes I fast 3 days a week. So I can do that, continue maintaining that. And when I do the fasting, I'm activating my spirit within. Because sometimes there are some people who are alive, but they are a living zombie. They're sleeping. They are not aware of the present moment. So when you fast, it helps you to be awake. Your subconscious mind wakes up. It's sleeping. Boom, 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 wakey, wakey. What's going on today is Monday. Nomsa has to be aware what is going on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I have to be aware of the present moment. That's why we fast, to activate our winning spirit man. And that spirit has to cultivate our day living. So that's what I have decided, that I'm gonna focus on my spiritually well-being, work on my spiritual life, not being cuckoo, but being okay. So that's what I'm going to do, to actually connect with God. If anyone has never tried it, please try it. Try the prayer asking to connect with God. It is amazing. You feel the joy of life. You feel where there is, people say you have to worry about money, you have to worry about this, you have to worry about that. But when you actually ask the raw power of God to connect with you, it doesn't happen overnight, by the way. It's something that you have to keep doing it. And when it does happen, it is amazing. But when you do it, you can't be in the UK and your mind is in Africa. You can't be in the room, your mind is thinking about what is going to happen tomorrow, but you are praying. You have to stay focused. You have to stay in the present moment. Focus on what you are asking. So those who wants to, I'll put the link of the prayer as well on my YouTube channel, if I can remember. Yes, so you can do that. And the feeling is amazing, actually. when you see people like making mistakes, you're not coming in a judgmental place, but you can see what God himself is. He doesn't judge no one. When he sees someone makes mistakes, he comes in a loving way and just want to give you a hug and say, I love you. Is the feeling is amazing. So when you actually do it, is ask the raw power of God to fall upon you. That feeling is amazing. For those who are Christians, if you have never done it, try it. And you can fast, you can just pray continuously. I've been doing it for 3 weeks now. It is amazing. Really, the feeling is amazing. When I have worries, I don't worry no more. So I know somebody else is carrying my worries. I'm not talking about because I'm cuckoo or anybody to say no, she's cuckoo. No, I am talking about the things that I have been doing. The reason I started this, I listened to my pastor and I was like, when you keep encounter problems after problems, it means you are powerless. And then I went online. My GO was saying the reason why you keep encountering problems means you're powerless. When a human being lives in a powerless way, you have lost power. You have lost the anointing of God. You have lost the control of your life. Your problems is taken over. It means you got to do something. So I was like, do you mean that I am powerless? I was like, oh, okay, let me try it. So I've decided to go and try this power, asking the power of God, raw power of God, fall upon me, raw power of God, fall upon me. I repeat it maybe 2 minutes. And the high power incubate my life, envelop my life. Powerlessness. So everything is like I'm walking through my problems. Now I can see my problems. It's so funny. It's funny, but it's so beautiful. So if anyone, my Christian girls and boys out there, if you've never tried it, try it. It's really, really amazing. It's a beautiful feeling. It's very beautiful. I thought in my life that I have to actually try hard to be something that I'm not. But now I've realized that I don't have to do all those things. I need to live my life. I need to design my life. I need to become the woman that I want to become by acknowledging my skills, acknowledging my strength, my weaknesses, and working on my weaknesses and building and designing my own life. I don't have to try hard to pretend to be something that I'm not. So those are the things that I have learned, that I've learned it before, but then I thought I knew them. But then when I did this challenge and asking God to actually enter my life, and it's making me realize I don't have to be something that I'm not. When I walk, I still wear my high heels. I still love my shoes, beautiful shoes. I still love my beautiful clothes. I still love to look good, but I work more on my inner being. So when I walk into a place where somebody is finding themselves, I don't have to be offended when they are judging me. People are really, really, really good at judging people. They are really, really good at making assumptions about people. So when that happens, I have to be prepared for it, and I have to welcome it with pleasure, and I have to make it, tell it that this is not the chapter of my life. Therefore, I'm going to not push it away. I'm going to look at it on the side because I'm going straight. The straight path, the narrow way I'm going, it hasn't got that judgment. So that's what I need to do. And when I do that, I'll be happy. Because this world is full of joy, full of pain. So I have decided that I am going to focus on the gratitude of my life. The gratitude of me living on earth and being able to do the things that I want to do. The gratitude of me being able to design the life that I want to design, wearing my true authentic coat, not putting on some personality, not being the person that I don't want to be. So I have decided that I don't know what the future holds for tomorrow, but for today, I have decided that I'm grateful for this 30-day challenge, and I'm grateful for knowing my purpose. I've already worked out my purpose. What's my purpose on earth? So I've already worked that out. And I have already realized that who is Nomsa? I'm in the right path of knowing who I am and what's my purpose on earth. I've realized what I've meant to do on earth. And I'm still not figuring out. I am still making a decision. I'm still wanting God to make a decision why he wanted me to have encounter with the God of Satanism. I still want him to make that decision about my life. I can't make that choice of saying, okay, my mom is a pastor, by the way. So I want to be a pastor, or I want to be a pastor that goes to do miracles. Don't tell anyone. So I can't decide those things. I know that my encounter with Lucifer and his gods and other gods, there was a reason that showing me that I have gift that I need to use, because Lucifer was like, he was sending me a message anyway that I need to choose a side. Which side am I on? But I chose God. So what I'm saying to you guys, I'm not saying about the things that I've made up. I didn't make things up. I had encounter with him. And in Henley terms, when I had encounter with him, I found myself surrounded by the police. In Henley terms, I find myself surrounded by pastors. I find myself surrounded by social services because I have children. So there are some people that thought I was crazy. So the amazing things, through the craziness in life, you find people that believe in you. You will find people that will want to see you becoming the person that you want to become. There was one, two, three, four people, five. There was one pastor in London that dedicated his life to keep me safe before I went home. Because my choice was having this, it was too big for me. And it was something that I couldn't keep it on my own. I couldn't handle on my own. I needed to go to my mom. My daddy died. So this pastor, he dedicated his life to keep me safe by monitoring me while I was in the UK. And the psychiatric doctor, he dedicated his life to make sure that I get home, because they called a psychiatric doctor. That's what I forgot. So I found myself surrounded by the police, surrounded by the psychiatric doctor, by the social services. So the psychiatric doctor was one of the people that said, Nomsa, she's not crazy. Because he was called. And when he was called, he had a duty to put on medication. So he had a duty to make a decision. My life was actually depending on the guy. And he said no. He looked at me and said, no, I'm not putting her on medication. She is not crazy. I have seen it. I have witnessed it. There are people that I have met that are actually on TV. They are working. So what she's talking about right now, I'm not putting her on medication. And the guy refused. And because he refused, meaning the social services didn't have the power to take my children away. So that part. But they kept coming back. The police said, we know this girl. We see her all the time in town with the children. So we're not going to say she's crazy. So we're not going to do that. We're going to walk away. So they left. And then here's the choice. My pastor was like, Domsa, you know what you are facing. And at the time, I had no clue what I was facing. So he was like, you know what you're facing. So in his own words, he was trying to tell me that, Nomsa, you are facing death, because if Lucifer decide to kill you right now, you'll be dead. So you have a choice how you respond to him. But he didn't tell me that way. He was telling me as everything is okay. But I knew things were not okay. So he kept giving me this advice. Nomsa, you know who you are. And that's what helped me to actually become the person that I am today. So this guy, my pastor is English. He is moved now, is not my pastor anymore. He's moved the city. So he kept saying, Nomsa, you know who you are. And every time he dedicated his life as well to help me as well, to understand it. Because 1 minute I'm reading the Bible. So this was the story of my life. 1 minute, I'm reading the Bible, and the Bible comes alive. That's what happened. Everything that is written in the Bible, it became real to me, to reality. And so that's what the problem, because I read the Bible and I didn't think that it was going to come to reality. So that's what it came to reality. But there were people that dedicated their lives to teach me. Whatever you do in life, you have to be, sometimes you have to go to the right direction. There's got to be somebody that is guiding you. So those people, they dedicated their lives to guide me through who I was, because I couldn't understand. Why would a God wants to connect with me? Why would I hear him as well? So those are the things that I couldn't guide him through. I couldn't understand it. So they had to, because they've gone through it, and now they're serving God. They've gone through it. And so they had to guide me through the right direction. And the psychiatric doctor goes, no, are no crazy. Imagine that if that man would have said, we're going to put your medication, imagine where I would be today. Maybe I would have been sectioned, or maybe I don't know. This is what I asked myself. I don't ask this question on my own, by the way, because I've gone crazy, where I'm going to understand my life. So I don't ask those questions, like negative questions. So I had to be grateful for the people that dedicated their lives to actually look after me. And that was the story. The story goes deep, but maybe someday I will be able to actually talk about it, write a book, or maybe I'll be able to tell a story. That would be it. But what was good about my life was because I had decided to get to know my life. I have decided to understand who Nomsa was, and that helped me to actually fight this thing. It helped me to actually fight and say, no, I don't want to be part of you. So that's what helped me to become the person that I am today. And also having people that were honest, because those people would have sold me out. Because what Lucifer does is, if he can't get through to you, he goes through to the person that is praying for you to sell you out, to say, I give you powers, I'll give you more powers if you pretend to be helping her while you are not helping her. That's what he does. So as a human being, people love power. So some people would have said yes, but these guys, they refused. They chose to fall with me. They chose to fight the battle with me, to look after me, to say, we are going to look after this baby, this child. And they just helped me out. And when I'm saying help me out, it means somebody, they are prophecies, but they actually pray for you and they look after you. They ask God for forgiveness on your behalf. They're there with you. So that's what was happening. They were there with me. So because he can connect with me very, very easy. So they were able to monitor when his energy connects, he tries to connect. So they were able to explain how he connects with me. Sometimes he dies. He comes. Sometimes now I can feel him when he comes. Or other gods, when they come, they try to connect with me. I tell them off. I can feel it, the energy, what kind of energy it is. A bad energy, I can feel it when it try to connect with me. So, but then I just have to tell them off to get out, go. Or if they're trying to whatever, wherever they are, anyone that is connected with them, if I'm in the room with them, I can feel it. And those who join a cult, if they are into a cult, I can tell, I can feel it, but I don't have to judge my friends. I don't have to judge people. I just have to continue living my life. So those are the things, that the life that I have lived. Someday I'll be able to speak about it. Someday I might not. Or maybe someday you guys, you realize by the person that I become that, oh, that's why. So those are the things that I actually I've gone through it. I've gone through. So, but I'm not going to talk more about. I'm not going to talk more about it, because it is through that journey I've learned so much. And learning so much, I've learned so much that life can change very, very easy, very, very quick. Because 1 minute I was okay. And then the next thing I was praying and fasting, and also For those who fast by themselves, don't fast on your own. That's where the mistakes that I did. I was praying and fasting, but I wasn't fasting with other people, pastors. You have to you have to fast with somebody that has experience. You can't fast on your own, because when you fast on your own, that's when you get the connection of Satanism. When you fast, they come in because your spirit is activated. Some people, they fast for different things. They fast for people fast for different things, but the danger with fasting is you are activating your inner spirit. And that inner spirit, the energy, it becomes very, very clear that somebody else can connect with it. So that's why some people, they go through into depression and they'll be saying, I have depression, I have anxiety, but they don't know what is going on. So for me, that's when I started experiencing, and I was like, why am I getting depressed? And why am I getting this anxiety? I've never got anxiety before until he actually hacked. Until I went to this place where I've realized that I was between earth and between another whatever universe, whatever he lives in his heaven, the second heaven. So that's when I realized, actually, I called my pastor. I was like, something is wrong. Somebody's speaking to me, but I know I'm still like, there's two paths. There was path where God was holding me on, wanting me to hold on, wanting me to realize is the path anyway that I had to go through because of the person that I am. I had to go through that experience. There was no way that I couldn't go through it. So I had to go through it in order for me to go to the other side. So I managed to go through it. Someday I'll tell you guys the story when I feel comfortable. But I might write a book or audio book, or I might do something. I don't know. So I don't know how I'm going to tell the story. But the experience was scary for me because there was somebody in South Africa, my brother, when I went to see him, when I went home, everybody allowed me to go home. My pastor allowed me this side, and the pastor in London allowed me to go. So when I arrived, this person that is meant to look after me goes, no, sir, you do know that you are dying. I'm like, what do you mean I'm dying? And he goes, if you don't hold on to this spirit, if it takes over your life, it means you're going to hell. I was like, okay, calm down a bit. Make me feel better. And it was like there was no other way. No, this is what you're facing. But managed to ask for God's forgiveness. Part of it was my ancestors. And that's why it's very, very important wherever you walk, the path that you walk. When people get involved, they say they meditate, they do this, you have to know their past. Who are they meditating to? Who are they connecting to? Who is the spirit that they use? So for me, it was my ancestors. My ancestors, they must have not worship. They must have this thing must have had legal right. So legal right. So that's why it affected me. It must have had a legal right with my ancestors. And now that I am saying I'm a Christian, I want to go to the other side. So he was like, no. So I had to fight that battle of making a decision who I want to become. But he made me an offer that he will give me everything. If I accept to follow him, he will give me everything, meaning I can be who I want. If I want to be a celebrity, he will give me. If I want to have 20 million followers, meaning he will make it happen overnight. I will become an overnight success. But I said no. I rather die than to follow Lucifer, that is here to kill, to destroy, and to steal. So his own words was like, if you choose Jesus over me, you will fall like everybody else who was choosing to follow him. I said, I'm okay. I accept that. So that was our final talk. No, our final talk, he came back again. And they said, I like you, you're bonkers. Yeah, he said, I like you, you're bonkers. And when he said, I like you, you're bonkers, meaning the people that were turning against me, he was letting me know that he has a legal right against them. That moment, because so many people he used them to turn against me. So that's when I realized that something is not right. So those are the things that I chose, is the path that I've chose when I went to South Africa, and my brother helped me. He's a pastor. It wasn't my brother at the time, my brother in the Lord. He helped me. And when he helped me, that's when I've realized what does it mean to be a human being, because this person, he dedicated his life to hang out with me and to help me, and asking for forgiveness on my behalf, and asking me to actually how I needed to, the mindset that I needed to have. But then every after that, because he had offered me a life, Lucifer offered to be a life. Lonsa, if you follow me, this is what I'm going to give you. But if you decide to follow Jesus, this is what you're going to do. So I chose to fall. So I can tell you that's why one day I'll be able to talk about the torture that I have experienced through him. He tortured me. When I'm saying he tortured me, I'm not talking about it as a joke. I'm not talking about, those people that talk about how they've joined a cult, and how when you join a cult, it means the whole bloodline is in it, even if they don't know about it. So anybody that says, okay, agreed to follow Satanism, you don't just follow, you sign up for your bloodline. That's when I've realized that actually somebody in my bloodline is signed up. And when they signed up, that means that's why I was in trouble. But I managed to survive. And how he tortured me, I will be able to talk about it maybe someday. Because if you want to listen to it, you actually ask myself, Nomsa, are you bonkers? Why are you still alive? I'm still alive because of God's grace. I am still alive because I made a choice. What I did for me to survive, I stopped talking to people about what he was doing, and I focused on God. Every day when I was getting up in the morning, there are some people that were in my life going through. I knew that he was torturing them, but when they tell me their story, I'll shut up about my story. And that's how I survive, because when you tell somebody your story, people will judge you. And when they judge you, they'll put you in judgment. Your confidence will go down and everything else. And that is when I realize that actually I need to tell the people that are there for me. So those are the people that I focus until one day somebody decided that my brother in South Africa, he said, Nomsa, I've trained you now. You are able to handle him yourself. So that's when I've realized that actually I will never, ever take life for granted. Never, ever take anybody for granted. Never, ever take life for granted as long as I live, because he has showed me experience. And also, I would never, ever judge anyone who has joined or cult. There is no choice. When I mean there's no choice, there is no choice. For me, the choice that I had was because I was already fasting. I was already praying. So that means that the power of God was already in there. And it was able to show me the difference between the two worlds, of the world of Lucifer and the world of God. So that's how I survived. If I can say I survived because I'm clever, because I'm smart, because I'm better, I'll be lying to you. I survived because there was an angel that it was showing me that the way what he is promising, he will take it away whenever he wants. He was promising me. When he was promising me, somebody else was saying no. It was up to me which side I needed to take that moment. If I can tell you that I have decided to follow Jesus on my own, I'll be lying to you. I'll be lying to you, because he's a God. When he came to me, every feeling, the feeling of the anxiety, the depression, pedophiles, rapists, you name it, I could feel the energy that was in him, the love that he can give you and he can take it away. I could feel it. But then at the same time, there was another angel that was like, when he was offering me the offer that he wanted, I was in judgment. I had been put in judgment because of the path that I've decided. So that path, he is there offering me the offer of giving me everything. And then somebody else is saying he is a liar, he is a killer. God does not offer finances, it does not offer followers, it does not offer wealth. He is a liar. So that's when I've realized that he needs to torture me. In order for me to live free, he needs to torture me. I've decided that I'm going to let him torture me, and I'm going to say no to his offer. So that was my journey, where my journey and my torture began. So that torture, you guys, you'll be able to hear it someday, but not today. You'll be able to hear it. And then when I came back, I had a meeting with the psychiatric doctor that let me go. He was like, no, so I need to meet you when you come back. So when I came back, the guy realized that it was the best decision that he has ever done in his life. Because when I came back, I went to South Africa for 2 weeks. When I came back, I was okay. I was happy. And everything was fine. So he was like, this is the best decision that I have ever done. I'm happy that I've made the right decision not to do anything. He basically refused and put his hands up, but was he on his own as well? I don't know. There was some guidance through God that made him say no, because there were people that were chosen to guide me through life. Even today, I'm ever so grateful for them. That those people that helped me to guide me through. And after that, that's when I started my business, because I've realized that psychology is it works with what I do, and matchmaking works with what I do, who I want to become. So that's why I started my matchmaking business, because of my life story, what I went through, trying to find the relationships. Things were not working out, but I decided to I had to work on myself. All these things began when I started to work on my journey, but working on my journey, it was when I decided to actually fast for 40 days. That's when, in my last 40 days, that's when I met the guy himself. He was like, where do you think you're going? You belong to me. I was like, no, I don't belong to you. So that's when our battle begins. But I'm glad that I've experienced that life. Anyone who comes to me and they read the scripture and they're trying to give me some pep talk, if they don't know anything about it, or even a pastor that knows more about the Bible, I'm happy to take that guidance and walk with them, walk with their guidance. So now I know what it means when I read the scriptures in the Bible. When I talk about, when I listen to these big speakers talking about how the importance of walking your own path, choosing your own path. I relate to them because I know what it means to be able to actually, at that moment when I decided that this is the person that I was going to be, it was the moment where I was defining my future. My future was never defined about, or let's say, okay, he's offering me everything that I have ever wanted in my life. Oh, I'm going to accept it, but in a wrong way. So I was like, no, you can shove it in your thing and take it away, take whatever away, whatever you want to do. And it was like, okay, if that is what you choose to do, you will follow. And I said, okay, but he was right. Satanism is not a joke. Those who are playing with like when you on social media and you hear people saying, I can help you to do this, I can help you to do this, you have to ask yourself, what kind of a spirit are they using? What kind of a path are they taking? There's laws of people who are into a cult, laws and laws of people. So you just have to you just have to actually use your instinct. If your whatever tells you that it is the right path that you are taking, you can go for it. But for me, I can tell you guys, it wasn't a beautiful journey experiencing the the whatever the gods, whatever it wasn't a very a beautiful thing. But the beautiful thing was knowing that I am loved unconditional, regardless of the mistakes or whatever the failures that I've gone through. Knowing that I am loved unconditionally, it was the best thing that I have ever experienced in my life. The Christians, people, they know what I'm talking about. It was the best, because I could see that the people that were there for me, they chose to be there for me. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to pay them. I didn't have to put some personality. They were just there. So that is the life that you have to decide. And also personal growth is very, very important. And productivity is very, very important. And implementing and maintaining boundaries, prioritizing your needs, practicing self-reflect is very, very, very important. And also learning to say no in things, communicating clear and setting healthy limits and practice self-compassion is very, 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 very important, and not to put yourself on judgment, and seeking support where support is needed. Because for me, seeking support, it was something that I did. I picked up the phone exactly when I was going through. The moment things were not okay, I picked up the phone. But meaning when things are not okay, when actually 1 minute I'm okay, and then the next thing I'm hearing the spirit that is saying, is putting me on judgment, is speaking on. I was like to my pastor, something is not right. And when he came, he was like, yes, I can feel the energy. But they were there. So seek support. People on social media, when they are watching my video, they will say, no, so she's crazy. Trust me, I am far from crazy. So this is the truth. It's me speaking the truth. Those who are joining a cult, you have to be prepared to face the consequences. When I'm saying you have to be prepared to face the consequences, is for the family. When people are joining, they are not just joining for themselves. They put the family without knowing. And the day you die, for me, I was lucky because I met him before I died. Otherwise, I would have gone to hell. Yes, there is a hell and earth. There is a hell and heaven. So otherwise, I would have died, and I would have like God, and he would be like, no, sir, you belong to that God, not me. You belong to him. So, but luckily I was alive and I was fighting my battles. And when I'm fighting my battles, that's when I've realized actually I belonged to somebody else, not to God that I thought I belonged to. But that moment, and that's when I've realized that life is not what I thought it was. So I'm not saying it because I'm crazy. Maybe one day, this is what I do for work now. So one day I'll be able to interview the psychiatric doctor that decided not to touch me, not to give me medication. I will find out what was in his mind when he said that life. If he says yes, I'll be able to do that. And one day I'll be able, you guys, so that you guys can know that my story is not a made up story, it's real. And I'll be able to interview the people that maybe that helped me. What drove them to actually wanting to dedicate their life, because these people dedicated their lives to actually help me. And the pastor that lived in London, he dedicated his life to actually teach me how he planned sickness, how he makes people think they are ill and stuff. And when he was talking, I was like, I do not understand this language. When I'm ill, it means I'm ill. So he explained it to me. This is what it means, and this is what it works. So those are the things that I became to understand. And when he came in for the second time, I was in the room on my own. So I could feel this energy was there. And I was like, what do you want? I'm no longer scared of him anymore. He knows. I'm no longer scared of him anymore. He used to tell me that he would kill me. Now it's me that tells him, because I worked out what kind of a spirit he is. And I can say here on TV that I was actually wanting to put it down until until somebody said, Nomsa, you cannot put it down. If you put it down, you will kill millions and millions of people. And I was like, what do you mean? And they said, Nomsa, go to the Bible. There's a spirit of the truth with God that testifies the truth on earth. Water, the blood. There's a spirit of the truth. If you read the Bible, the scripture, there's a spirit of the truth that testifies the truth. In John, is it John? Yeah, John chapter. And then he was like, there's a spirit that keeps a record through Satanism. So I was like, what does that spirit got to do with me? And he was like, that is the spirit that is torturing you. And this spirit is carrying millions and millions of people in the mind. Once you kill it, you will kill millions of people around the world. So I was like, okay. So I let it go. But I was willing with my whole strength, because I figured it out. I spent time torturing me, and I spent time doing some research. What kind of a spirit it is, what body is he using, and I was willing to kill that body that is using the mind, the body of what is using. So then until I got told that I have to let it go. I cannot touch it. I cannot kill it, because if I do, I will kill millions and millions of people. But I'm not going to tell you guys. It's something experiencing that I'm going to have to keep it to myself. So that's when I've realized that actually there is something that keeps the record on earth. When people die, they go to heaven and hell. So we go to heaven, we get put on judgment. That's why he was putting me on judgment. I got to put on judgment on the cross while I was alive, because I chose to follow Jesus for real. I gave up everything that I did, any following things that I did, following people, doing things that I shouldn't be doing. I gave up everything. So when this pastor explained to me that, Nomsa, this is what happened, I was like, okay. So I gave up. So meaning when they say millions and millions are in it, their minds. That's why people say they are this. So that's when I realize anyone that is in it, when I'm with them, I can feel it. So that's when I got to realize this is what it is. It carries millions or millions of people through scenes. Basically, people say I'm on destroyed, but it wasn't destroyed because I was never alone. So those who say there is no God, I don't believe there is God. God is mumbo jumbo. I've gone through this pain. I took some pictures where my legs will swallow, like when you play football, you feel like you broken something within a second, and I walked on it, my legs, and that disappears. When I decide that I'm not going to stay down, it disappears. I've took pictures when my face, some of it you can go and see them on Facebook. My face where is green. My neck is green. It's like I'm a vampire. It was his present. I took pictures when it comes in. I took pictures. So I kept my evidence so that I can remind myself whenever I am falling to the wrong places, I can remind myself what I've been through. And through this confidence challenge as well, it's helped me to actually realize that I need to be honest with myself and live the life that I'm supposed to live and become the person that I've been here more than an hour and become the person that I want to become. I need to accept the person that I am. And even though sometimes one day when I decide to come forward, my family maybe they might say I'm crazy, or they might say, I don't know what they will say, but I decided that I'm going to, once God confirms where he wants me to be, I'll accept it and embrace it. But at this moment, he hasn't confirmed anything. But once he confirms that it knows that this is the person you are meant to be, then I'm in the right path. I'm a matchmaker. I'm a love harmonist. I help my clients. I do things. I'm in the right path. But when I'm talking about when he actually tells me that Nonsa, it's time for you to actually do what you are meant to do, then I'll go ahead and do it. It might be today, it might be tomorrow. So don't be scared when I make an announcement, maybe tomorrow, the whatever, or next week, or next month, or next year, and saying, this is the person that I am choosing to become. Don't be scared. Already given you a hint. So don't be scared. And there's so many things that I've learned. Might do part 2 if I feel okay to talk about it. But what Mathew has given me, so I have 7 tools that I need to continue working on them. I'm going to mention 2 tools, 3 tools I've not finished the conversation. So the 1 tool is to practice radical self-care. And the second thing is to practice to depersonalize my life, not comparing my life. This is what I'm doing, I'm going to do moving forward. And the other thing is living in content, stop making myself wrong and stop judging myself. And this is number 3. And stop telling myself that I'm not worthy. And when you're not worthy, that means you're bringing judgment to yourself. And remember, my resilience is not built. I need to remember that my resilience is not built, but it's inside of me. It's not built. People say built resilience, but my resilience is still there. It's there. So I need to remember that it's not built. And then number 5, focus on the next level of my life. I don't need to know, like I said from the beginning, I don't need to know what's going to happen within 5 years. all I need to do is to remember to live in the present moment, write my future, what I need to do, how do I see my life, where do I see myself in 5 years. But when it comes to living, I need to live in this year, build my life, my future, invest money, and put money away, and making sure that I'm doing, I'm looking after everything, doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing, a human being, but not to live in the 5 years. Focus on the next level. That is what I need to do. Next level, it means that I'm going to design my life. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Where do I see myself in 3 years? But not to live there. Because if I chase that 5 years, it's going to be exhausting. My mind is not like the Flash. So I can't live like a Flash, like the Flash. I have to live in the today's moment. And the sixth one is keep a zoom out list. So those are the things that I need to do moving forward. So I'll come back to you guys and update you what I'm doing, what has been going on with my life. And what I have spoken about it today, I didn't just speak about it. You will see it with everything that I'm doing. You will see it will happen. You will see the journey that I'm taking. It will be different. It won't be like much different or anything, but I will continue creating my own life. And I've decided that I need to stay focused, not to take myself out there, not to take myself out there. I need to focus on things. Just focus, stay focused. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know the future of Ngozi talk shows. So yeah. I don't know the future of Ngozi talk shows. I don't know the future of Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency. I don't know the future of myself. But all I know is today, Ngozi talk show is what it is, what is going to become, how many people is going to save, my own numbers, by the way. But God can change that. So I could wake up tomorrow, my life could be different. So that's what I've come to understand, that I'm open to the possibilities of God taking my life to the next level. I'm open to the possibilities of Hope Springs, the Eternal Introduction Agency, going to the next level. I'm open to the possibilities of Ngozi talk shows going to the next level. So those are the things that I'm open to it. I've written my goals, I've written my vision, where I want to be in 5 years, where I want Ngozi talk shows to be in 5 years. But I don't know what God has in store for me. I am open to those possibilities that are the path that He wants me to take. So those are the things that my mindset is different. When I mean it's different, it's different. When I meet people that are crazy, that are judgmental, I don't mind anymore. I was meant to sing on Saturday, and something happened, but I decided that something happened. I don't want to talk about it anyway. So I'll talk about it maybe one day when I'm telling my story. But how my life is going, I'm enjoying it. So if you are somebody who is building confidence, don't be afraid. But also the life that you're building is yours. That's what I'm leaving you with, not anybody else. People may call you crazy. People may call you this. They have names that they create. People make up stories. But your story is what stands out, because you walk in that story. When you walk in that story, it means you yourself understand it. Nomsa doesn't understand it. So if you have a story and you want to walk through it, don't be offended if people don't understand it. Only you can understand it. Me, I can just be told, like my friend, when they're walking their story, they just tell me, no, Mr. This is what I'm doing. I just go along with it. But they are the only people that understand it. So if you are one of Ngozi Talk Show's family, know that your story is your story. Only you can understand that story. Only you can actually design that story for you to move forward. Only you can pick yourself up. Surround yourself with the right people that are wishing you well. That's all you need to do. You just need to find the few people that are wishing you well. They want you to do well. They want you to get better. They want you to be amazing. Surround yourself with that. Those people, the people that helped me to fight Lucifer, when I started asking them why, and I was like, okay, when they started explaining me, so there were questions in me. How do you feel about being around me, knowing that's the person that I am? They were like, we love you. We want you to manifest that. We want you to be better. We love you. So those were their answers. We love you. We want you to be better, and not by words, by actions. And I am determined for them to show them that they made the right decision by fighting for me. They were fighting for me. They were asking God not to turn his back on me. No matter how many mistakes that I've made in life, no matter how many mistakes my parents have made or how many mistakes my ancestors have made, but they were standing by me each and every day asking God to have mercy so he can set me free. And he did. So now I understand what does it mean to sin? What does it mean to actually to holding anger is a sin. It brings darkness. Holding a grudge for somebody else is a sin. It brings darkness. There's so many things that we do. Sinning is not about doing this. It's the little things that we do in our everyday life, not being appreciating ourselves, not loving ourselves. Because when we don't love ourselves, that means we are rejecting the uniqueness that God created for us to accept it and accept the life that we are walking through. But some people don't accept it. They watch other people. They think that other people are better than them. But being better, it means understanding you, loving you, and walking your own path. So that's what I'm trying to say, guys. Walk your own path. Understand your life that is unique. Only you can actually write it. Nomsa can hear about it, but Nomsa cannot write it for you. God bless everyone. Live with grace. And I think I've been here, hey Nomsa, and I think I've been here for almost 2 hours. So that is me for today, guys. I'm done. My confidence challenge is done. But now that is done, now I need to put it in practice. So I will update you guys with what's been going on after maybe a few weeks' time, because I still have work that I need to do. So I will update you what the things that I'm doing, and some of the things you will see me on social media, because I stay here a lot on social media, so you'll be able to actually connect with me and follow me and see what I'm doing. And also the other things is what not live with grace, everyone. God bless. I see you tomorrow, and God bless you. I gotta go now. I need to pick the kids from school.